You know what you should do? You should follow me on Twitter at Bromo018. Link in the description. Do it now. If you're getting bored of the same old way of playing career mode and you're looking to make your experience on FIFA more exciting, then I may have the solution for you within this video. This video will feature 5 career mode challenges that you can create in order to make your save much more exciting. Some will make your career mode more realistic and challenging, whilst others are there purely for the challenge and as a way of experiencing a different method to play career mode. So, without further ado, let's begin. We start with challenge number 1, and this one is the Basque country policy. Now, I'm not going to give you the full history lesson here, so if you want to find out more, you should probably conduct your own research, because I'm not the man to fill it in for you. But to give you a brief explanation, Basque country is a region which covers part of Spain and France. Whilst it isn't a country, there are a lot of residents, but not all of them, that feel very strongly about it being so. This way of thinking has fallen into football, so much so that Athletic Bilbao, La Liga team, have actually an unwritten policy of only signing players that were either born or have some relation to Basque country. They say this is to help promote local and youth talent in the area, but it works for buying other players as well. Your challenge is to adopt this policy, only signing players from or residing in Basque country. Whilst there are pages on the internet where you can find this out, for some of you will have to look into the player and see where he was born. Now, you might be thinking, well, how would that work for youth players? I have a solution for that as well. Send out 2 scouts, one in Spain and one in France. Let's say for every 10 Spanish players your scout finds, you can promote one of them and release the rest. In France, because the area is much smaller, maybe bump that number up to 15. You could actually calculate the area of each country to the region and do it that way if you want, but you might be waiting through around 68 youth players to find your first one. So perhaps do it this way instead. My PES 2019 Rangers Master League series is going very well at the moment, but once that comes to an end, my plan is to begin a Athletic Bilbao series using this challenge. So I hope that you will all join me for that. Whilst it's only really Bilbao that adopt this policy, you can still do it with the other teams in Basque country area to give you more choice. These include Real Sociedad, Eibar, Deportivo Alaves of the La Liga and Osasuna of the Segunda Division. Challenge number 2 is the CSL transfer policy. In the Chinese Super League, the transfer rules mean that teams can only sign a maximum of 4 foreign players, and only 3 of them can actually be in the matchday squad. This is to try and encourage the development of young Chinese players. For the second challenge, you have to abide by these transfer rules, which means that rather than distributing your money across an entire squad, you can really go all in for 3 or 4 top quality players at higher prices. The rest of the positions can be focused on your youth academy players, but remember that you can only sign them from China. It will be fun to play with the newly added CSL, but this added challenge might make it not only more realistic but more exciting. Don't forget that there is an unlicensed version of the Asian Champions League in FIFA 19 career mode, where clubs from China, Japan, Australia, Saudi Arabia and South Korea all qualify in the game. This will add another element to your save that could be really fun. Note that you are prohibited from signing foreign goalkeepers, Chinese only. Just a friendly reminder here that if you want to get FIFA 19 for up to 24% off on PC or 10% off on Xbox One, then check out the affiliate links in the description. You can get it from cdkeys.com for reduced prices. They give me a little kickback and it really helps support the channel. Back to the video though, The third challenge on the list is the Golden Journeyman. This one was in my FIFA 18 career mode challenges video, and it returns this year due to the popularity. A regular Journeyman career mode is simply where you jump around from club to club during the save. This one is slightly different. You have 15 seasons in career mode. The objective of this challenge is every year you win the league title of a top tier division in a different country. So by the end of it, you should have won 15 top division titles in 15 different countries. Trust me when I say, it's a lot harder than it sounds. If you want a tip, start the save in an unknown and low rated league and work your way up, because if you start in one of the big leagues, it's very hard to get job offers in other leagues that aren't the typically known top 5. So you might be stuck after about 5-6 seasons, if not. The fourth challenge for FIFA 19 career mode is the Park the Bus challenge. Don't worry, it's not as bad as it sounds, but you may have to do it a few times within this challenge. When you go to start a career, take a half-rated star team and swap them into one of the 5-star leagues. Start as them and try to avoid relegation. With next to no money and a terrible team to work with, this may be the toughest of the entire list. The Premier League is probably the toughest league to pick from the top tier leagues, but you can vary it if you choose to and go with the likes of La Liga, Serie A, Liga 1, etc. I'm yet to try out this challenge, but I fancy giving it a real good go and see if it can be done. Of course, depending on which difficulty you play the game on, some may find it easier than others, but for those of us who play on Legendary and Ultimate, this is a real challenge to get our teeth stuck into. The fifth and final challenge on the list is the salary cap. This entails not being able to go over a weekly figure with your players' weekly wages. Now, the average weekly wage expenditure for a club in, say, the Premier League, for example, is approximately 3.5 million. You can decide on your own cap, of course, but for this one, taking into account the reduced wages that FIFA employs and the different leagues which you may choose to do, 2 million is the salary cap that I have set. Don't forget that most youth players you sign are on next to nothing, which will help you in this situation. But it means that you will have to spend wisely and take more care into the negotiation process. If you go over the limit, you aren't allowed to play the players that force you to go over that limit. So, for example, if you're on 1.9 million per week in wages and either sign a player that takes you over the 2 million cap, or renegotiate a contract with a player already at your club that makes you surpass that 2 million mark, then you can't play him until you find a way to reduce your spending to £2 million or less. So that rounds off these challenges for today, guys. I may have some more in another video later down the road if there is enough interest in this one. I really hope you've enjoyed it and that you give some of these challenges a try. Be sure to let me know in the comment section if you've given any a go and what the results were. I make sure to respond to as many comments as I can. Don't forget to leave a like on the video if you've enjoyed it and subscribe to the channel for more regular gaming content. Give me a follow on Twitter for updates from the channel at Bromo018. The link is in the description for that. Until next time, guys, I'm Bromo18 and I will see you very soon.